The Scheme of Things by Lester Del Rey. Read by Mike from Google Voice. Copyright 1966 by Lester Del Rey. Published by permission of the author's estate. Audiobook copyright 2022 by Wildside Press LLC. Chapter 1. It began when the class disappeared. But that wasn't the most frightening part of it. Things were further complicated by what appeared in its place. Something did appear. But Mike Strong, assistant professor of logic at Kane University, wasn't sure what it was. It was no lapse into temporary unconsciousness like a maiden with the vapors, nothing like that. All the bright, eager young faces were there, then they were gone, along with all the bored, uninterested young faces too for that matter, and the seats and the desks in the classroom itself. Gone, and in their place a thing of contradictions and paradoxes, real and unreal, both vague and sharply outlined, frightening, but at the same time strangely exhilarating. The lapse was brief. At least it seemed so to Mike. The class was still present when he returned to his desk, although it was in the process of breaking up, his students moving toward the door. He checked them sharply. "Who dismissed you?" They paused to stare blankly, Lathan Mott finally speaking for them. Mott, an indifferent student, but a promising fugitive from some high school athletic field, regarded Mike as though he'd just called a football signal in Congolese. "You did," Mott said. The moment had embarrassing possibilities. The class continued to regard Mike curiously as he strove for a face-saving rejoinder. He almost blurted, "I did." But then he caught himself. He spoke icily. "But I didn't suggest charging out of here like a herd of elephants." They pondered this, looked at each other with innocent me expressions on their faces. Then they charged out of the classroom like a herd of elephants. Mike was happy to see them go. He needed time to pull himself together. More frightened than excited now, he searched for comparatives and found none. But the vagueness of his lapse clarified slightly. However, the clarification was even more frightening. Lathan Mott. He recalled seeing Lathan during the interlude he now refused to concede as a dream. Lathan had been stripped to the waist. There had been blood on his chest and a look of grim defiance on his face. As Mike stood watching, an observer now where he had been a participant before, he saw Lathan Mott pick up a submachine gun and fire a burst into what had been previously clear to Mike but was now a fog. A scream of death and agony came out of the fog, and then Mike lost the whole thing and he was again sitting at his desk. A man with a mental cancer. The thought.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?